Hey everyone, welcome back to Exploring Stoicism. Have you ever wondered what happens when you finally stop looking for someone, and how that simple act can shift the entire dynamic of your relationship? You're in the right place, because today we're diving into the powerful Stoic strategy of stepping back to let them realize what they've lost. This isn't about playing games, it's about recognizing your own worth and allowing it to speak louder than words. As the saying goes, absence makes the heart grow fonder, which reminds us that sometimes it's through stepping back that our presence becomes truly valued. So today, we're not just discussing stepping back, we're talking about reclaiming your power with an intensity that leaves an unforgettable mark. Imagine the strength it takes to withdraw your attention and channel it toward your own growth, rising above the noise and letting your silence communicate more than any words ever could. This isn't just about making them feel your absence. It's about transforming into someone so resilient and self-assured that they can't help but feel the void you leave behind. Each principle we explore today is a step toward becoming someone who commands respect and admiration, not because you vanished, but because your absence made them realize your value. Now is the time to rise, to show them and yourself that your worth is immeasurable. Before we dive in, I've got a challenge that will set the tone for what's to come. If you're ready to step into your power and let your silence resonate louder than any words, comment below with "My absence will speak for me." This isn't just a statement, it's a declaration of your strength, your resolve, and your commitment to becoming unforgettable. It's time to show the world and yourself that you're not just stepping back, but stepping up in a way that will make them feel your absence like never before. Let's see how many of you are ready to embrace this powerful shift and make your presence undeniable, even in your absence. Ready, Stoic friends? Let's begin. But first, before we get into these 10 powerful points, let's start with a thought experiment that will lay the groundwork for everything. This is crucial, so don't skip it. Imagine you are the sun in someone's life. You provide the warmth that brightens their day and the energy that fuels their happiness. Now, picture what happens when that sun suddenly vanishes. The world becomes colder, a little less bright. The warmth they took for granted is now a distant memory, and with each passing day, the absence becomes more deeply felt. What do you think happens next? Do they move on? Or do they start to realize the true value of what they've lost? Now think of someone in your life who used to be a big part of your daily routine, a friend, partner, or co-worker. Recall how often you interacted, the little messages, the quick calls, the casual meetups. Now, imagine all those interactions stop, not because of a disagreement, but because you chose to step back and focus on yourself. How do you think they'd react? What would they feel as the days go by and the usual conversations stop? Would they miss you? Would they start to wonder why you've gone quiet? You might be asking yourself, if someone walks away and goes silent, isn't there a chance they'll forget about me? Won't my absence just push them further away? That's a valid concern, but this strategy isn't about disappearing completely. It's not about vanishing from their life so much that they move on without a second thought. Instead, it's about creating space, a space for them to reflect, to realize, and to feel the weight of your absence. It's not about being gone forever. It's about allowing your presence to be felt more deeply by stepping back just enough to let them understand life without you in it. Think of it like a painting. Sometimes stepping back allows you to see the entire masterpiece and appreciate its true beauty. This is the essence of today's conversation. We're not playing hard to get. We're embracing the transformative power of creating space. When you stop seeking someone, when you pull back your attention, something profound happens. The dynamics change. They begin to see you differently, and in that shift, they start to feel the weight of your absence, perhaps more intensely than you ever imagined. Think about the last time you lost something valuable, a piece of jewelry, a keepsake. Remember that pang of regret, the wish that you had valued it more while you had it. That same feeling begins to emerge in the minds of those who took your presence for granted. The key difference here is, unlike that lost item, you have the power to decide when or if you return. Before we jump into the 10 emotions they experience when you stop looking for them, take a moment to reflect on your own past experiences. Think about times when someone's absence made you realize their true value. What did you feel? What thoughts crossed your mind? Hold on to those feelings, because they are the key to understanding what happens when you decide to take a step back. Now let's uncover the 10 profound emotions and realizations they experience when you stop seeking them out. Number 1, the impact of silence. Consider the first significant effect when you suddenly pull back from interactions. The impact of silence. Picture this. You've consistently been the proactive one, always initiating contact, planning get-togethers, and ensuring to check in. Then, abruptly, you pause. You skip the usual morning message, don't propose any plans, and what follows is a pronounced quietness. It's akin to entering a room just as the music ceases. A palpable void is felt immediately. This silence extends beyond the lack of your messages or presence. It signifies a profound jolt occurring as someone realizes their daily rhythm, once comforted by your predictable presence, has starkly shifted. Though they may not have overtly recognized it, your presence was akin to a constant melody in their background, depended on yet underappreciated. Herein lies the true jolt. They start to ponder. Why the sudden silence? Is something wrong? This abrupt change throws them off balance, prompting a re-evaluation of everything. The quiet now grows louder, and within this silence, they begin to feel the weight of your absence. As Rumi beautifully put it, the quieter you become, the more you can hear. In this scenario, your silence allows them to perceive the profound echo of your absence, revealing how much they may have taken your presence for granted, assuming it was a given. You might wonder, what if they don't care? What if I wasn't as important to them? It's a legitimate concern. But remember, if your absence barely stirs a response, it speaks volumes about the depth of the relationship. Imagine a concert where an instrument stops playing. If the melody continues seamlessly, that instrument wasn't crucial. However, if its absence disrupts the harmony, its importance is undeniable. Similarly, if your absence is felt, it indicates your significant role. It forces a reflection on their part, often leading to a newfound appreciation of the value you added to their lives. They come to realize that your contribution went beyond mere convenience. It was a pillar of comfort, stability, and connection. Sitting with this realization, your absence speaks volumes, potentially altering the dynamics of your relationship, highlighting what was taken for granted, and planting seeds of longing and appreciation. Number 2, recognition of your worth. Moving on to the second profound realization during your absence, the recognition of your worth. After the initial silence sinks in, they start to adapt to this new normal. However, as time progresses, a nagging sense of loss persists, highlighting a significant void. This isn't merely about missing your calls or texts. It's about missing you, your energy, your support, your ability to brighten their day uniquely. This phase marks the beginning of recognizing your true worth. In life's daily rush, it's easy to overlook those who are consistently supportive. But once you step back, the void you leave becomes evident. It's like missing a crucial piece in a puzzle. The overall picture suddenly seems incomplete. They start to realize how your subtle, everyday actions enriched their life. Days might pass, and they find themselves missing the conversations, your insights, the shared laughter. They recognize that you were not just filling silence, but enhancing their life with meaningful melodies, now conspicuously absent. This realization often prompts deeper introspection. They question why they overlooked your value and begin to truly understand the layers of your impact. It's like trying a new dish at a restaurant only to realize how much you miss your favorite one, understanding its unique satisfaction that nothing else matches. As you pull back, they see nothing quite replaces what you offered. This acknowledgement of your worth shifts perspectives profoundly. Your absence thus begins to articulate your value, emphasizing the irreplaceable nature of your role in their life. And this realization, potent enough, may renew their appreciation and desire to reconnect, this time with a deeper, more genuine acknowledgement of your importance in their life. Number 3. The emptiness of your absence. Now, let's explore the third emotion they're likely to encounter in your absence, the emptiness of your absence. Following the initial shock and their newfound appreciation of your worth comes the stark realization of the void left behind. This goes beyond missing simple interactions like texts or calls. It's about the profound emptiness that permeates their daily existence without you. All those small yet significant acts you performed, the attentive listening, the comforting assurance of your presence, are now conspicuously missing, creating a palpable gap. Picture this scenario. They proceed with their daily routines, yet something feels amiss. The morning message they once relied on doesn't arrive. The inside jokes that once brought shared laughter now echo hollowly, and the reassurance of having you to confide in has vanished. It's as though the emotional safety net they scarcely realized they had is now gone, leaving them to face their days unsupported. This emptiness is significant because it reflects not just the loss of your actions, but the absence of your essence. Your presence injected a warmth and connection that are irreplaceable, and now they acutely feel this loss. It's like walking into a room that was once lit and warm, only to find it now desolate and chilly. This void, your absence, becomes an inescapable reality for them. As they confront this new normal, they may attempt to fill the emptiness, perhaps reaching out to others or engaging in new activities, yet they recognize that nothing can truly replace the unique space you filled. Your distinct presence has left a discernible void in their life. This emptiness not only reminds them of what they once had, but also signals the loss of something vital that enhanced their life. Voltaire wisely noted, "The art of being happy lies in the power of extracting happiness from common things." Your presence enriched those ordinary moments, which now seem lackluster in your absence. Thus, as they dwell on the emptiness of your absence, they'll find that it communicates poignantly on your behalf. It daily reminds them of the warmth and light now missing, prompting a deep realization that the missing element is uniquely you. So that brings us to the third poignant realization, the emptiness of your absence. Before we proceed, I invite your thoughts and questions. Please share them in the comments. I'm here to guide you through these feelings. If all is clear so far, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned. Now, let's prepare to delve into the next emotional stage, which promises to be even more profound. You won't want to miss it as we continue to uncover how your absence fundamentally alters their experience. Number 4. The spark of curiosity. Let's consider the fourth emotional response to your absence, the spark of curiosity. After experiencing the shock, recognizing your value, and confronting the emptiness, a fascinating shift occurs. They become curious. This curiosity extends beyond mere wonder about your whereabouts or activities. It evolves into a compelling urge to understand what is transpiring in your life now that you are not a constant fixture in theirs. Envision this. As they scroll through their contacts, they realize it's been days, perhaps weeks, since they last heard from you. Questions begin to emerge. What are they up to? Are they all right? Have they moved on? This curiosity may intensify into a fixation as they seek clues, perhaps monitoring your social media for any glimpse into your current life. This burgeoning curiosity signifies a shift in perception. When you were readily accessible, they had no need to ponder about you. They knew your whereabouts and activities. But now your withdrawal has cloaked you in an aura of mystery, igniting a curiosity that draws them closer, eager to learn more. It's akin to being engrossed in a book when suddenly the narrative takes an unexpected turn, sparking an irresistible urge to discover what comes next. Aristotle once said, "The more you know, the more you realize you don't know." This sentiment aptly describes their rising curiosity. They recognize how much they assumed, how little they actually knew, and now your absence has them eager to fill in the blanks. Curiosity is a powerful motivator. It can prompt them to reconnect, to rediscover who you are and what you are doing. Through this process, they begin to view you not just as the person they thought they knew, but as someone continually evolving, more intriguing by the day. As this curiosity swells within them, your absence subtly yet powerfully begins to communicate in new ways, drawing them closer as they seek to understand the intriguing person you are becoming, someone even more profound than they had realized. Number 5. The deepening of longing. Let's consider the fifth emotion they're likely to encounter in your absence, the deepening of longing. As curiosity gives way, a more profound feeling starts to manifest, a persistent longing. This isn't merely a temporary wish to reconnect with you, it's an evolving, intensifying yearning that grows stronger with time. As they ponder over you and your shared past, they start to miss not just your presence, but the unique aspects of your relationship. Picture this. They encounter daily reminders of you, a familiar song, a favorite spot, or even a simple phrase that brings back a flood of memories. These reminders build up, cultivating a profound yearning that becomes difficult to overlook. It's the accumulation of little things, the everyday interactions that they begin to miss deeply. Longing thrives in the gaps once filled by your connection. With each passing day as they go without your presence or communication, this longing grows. It's like an unquenchable thirst. They come to realize that their missing isn't just for anyone's company, but for yours, specifically and deeply. As Marcel Proust eloquently put it, the real voyage of discovery consists not in seeking new landscapes, but in having new eyes. This longing grants them new insights into your value in their lives, allowing them to view the relationship under a new light, appreciating previously unnoticed facets. Thus, as this longing intensifies, your absence begins to communicate for you, drawing them back toward the connection they now recognize they profoundly miss. Number 6. The sharpness of regret. Now let's explore the sixth emotion that may surface during your absence, the sharpness of regret. Following the depths of curiosity and the intensifying longing, another potent feeling emerges: regret. This is more than a fleeting concern or a mild "what if?" It's a piercing, painful acknowledgement of having possibly taken you for granted, of not fully valuing you when the opportunity was right there, and this realization can sting sharply. Envision this scenario. They sit alone, reminiscing about the times shared with you. Suddenly, it strikes them, the instances when you reached out, provided support, or made sacrifices that went underappreciated at the moment. Perhaps they overlooked your concerns, neglected your efforts, or assumed you'd always be around. But now, absent from their life, those moments are seen with stark clarity, and the weight of their past actions, or lack thereof, starts to bear heavily upon them. Regret is often accompanied by a cascade of if-only thoughts. If only I had paid more attention. If only I had reciprocated their efforts. If only I had cherished them appropriately. These reflections can be excruciating because they are linked to missed opportunities, chances to show you their appreciation, to strengthen the bond, or to address issues before they grew too severe. This sting of regret isn't merely about sorrow. It's a realization that they let something precious slip away. They ponder how different things could have been if they had acted differently, if they had invested more in nurturing the relationship rather than taking it for granted. This is a sobering recognition, often leaving them with a lingering sense of loss. As Søren Kierkegaard insightfully noted, regret is a sharp-edged sword, not always useful, but always felt. This emotion cuts deeply because it's connected to the irreversible nature of past decisions. They cannot undo what has been done, which can lead to feelings of helplessness and mourning. However, regret can also act as a catalyst for transformation. It may prompt them to reassess their priorities, acknowledge the significance of what they've lost, and possibly motivate them to make amends. The sharpness of regret is what often drives them to initiate contact, to offer apologies, or to attempt a renewal of what was lost. So, as this regret settles in, your absence begins to speak in a voice that conveys, "You should have valued me when you had the chance." It's a powerful impulse that can motivate them to reflect deeply on their behavior and perhaps endeavor to rectify things before it's entirely too late. Number 7. The allure of mystery. Moving on to the 7th emotion they may experience during your absence, the allure of mystery. As time extends without your presence, an interesting shift occurs. They begin to view you through a new, enigmatic lens. When you were constantly accessible, they had a clear picture of your life. However, now that you've receded, you've transformed into a riddle, and this newfound mystery is captivating. Visualize this scenario. They come to realize that they no longer know your daily activities. You're not updating them on your thoughts, plans, or feelings as before. Suddenly, you're not the open book you used to be, and this new unpredictability ignites their imagination even more. They find themselves pondering, what are you doing now? Who are you with? What new adventures are you embarking on? This allure of mystery is compelling because it reverses the roles. Rather than you being the one constantly initiating contact and sharing, you've become a puzzle they are eager to solve, a life they are no longer privy to. It's similar to a beloved character in a novel who gains complexity, making them more intriguing. Your absence enriches their perception of you, sparking a desire to uncover more. As Oscar Wilde insightfully stated, "The truth is rarely pure and never simple." This sentiment aptly describes the evolving mystery around you. You've become more than the person they thought they knew, You are now an individual with depth, continuing to evolve independently of them. As this fascination with the unknown grows, your absence subtly but powerfully speaks for you. It draws them into the enigma of who you've become without them. Number 8. The force of reflection. Let's examine the 8th feeling they might encounter during your absence, the force of reflection. After navigating through initial shock, burgeoning curiosity, and the sting of regret, they inevitably enter a phase of profound reflection. This goes beyond fleeting contemplation. It's an intensive period of introspection about the relationship, about you, and about their own persona. Your absence provides them with the space necessary to reflect on everything that transpired, what was successful, what faltered, and particularly what aspects they might have neglected. Imagine them alone with their thoughts, revisiting shared memories. They consider past conversations, the support you provided, and times when perhaps they didn't offer you the attention or appreciation you deserved. This reflective process often yields clarity. They begin to understand the relationship not only for what it was, but what it could have been had they brought more dedication, care, or empathy to the table. Reflection is powerful because it allows them to view their past actions from a new vantage point. They recognize moments when they were too self-involved, too engrossed in their own concerns to appreciate your contributions fully. During this introspective time, they may realize that they lost not just your company, but also the chance to forge a deeper, more meaningful connection with you. This realization can also lead to greater self-awareness, identifying recurring behaviors that may have undermined past relationships as well. It's a period of personal growth, helping them understand that your absence isn't merely a hiatus. It's an opportunity for them to learn and possibly transform. Echoing Socrates' wisdom, the unexamined life is not worth living. This period of reflection compels them to scrutinize not just their life, but their decisions and how those choices have influenced their relationships. It's a time of deep introspection that can lead to a more profound understanding of themselves and of you. Thus, as they delve into this reflective state, your absence begins to communicate in ways that inspire contemplation, promote growth, and encourage them to truly value what they had. Through reflection, they may come to recognize that their life was fuller with you in it, and that the insights gained from your absence could inspire significant changes, should they have the opportunity to reconnect with you. Number 9. The Appeal of Autonomy. Let's delve into the 9th emotion they might experience during your absence, the appeal of autonomy. As they grapple with the space you've left, an intriguing transformation occurs. They begin to perceive you in a new light. You are no longer the person who was always on call, always nurturing, always there when needed. Instead, you've become someone who embodies independence, self-reliance, and strength on your own. This newfound autonomy is remarkably appealing. Imagine this. They notice you're not crumbling without them. Instead, you're flourishing. You're immersed in your passions, engaging in activities that fulfill you, and living your life to the fullest. This shift can dramatically change their perception. Suddenly, you are not just the person they remember. You are someone who has grown, evolved, and become more intriguing in their absence. There's a unique allure to someone who doesn't require validation from others to feel fulfilled. When they see you thriving in your self-sufficiency, it challenges their previous views of you. They may have thought you depended on them for your happiness, but now they see you can create your own joy, with or without them. This autonomy may stir a mix of emotions in them. On one side, there could be a hint of regret, for not recognizing your strength earlier. On the other, they might find themselves more drawn to you, intrigued by your ability to stand firm independently. You appear as a beacon of independence, radiating confidence and self-assuredness. And that's incredibly hard to overlook. As Ralph Waldo Emerson once stated, "Self-reliance is the height of human achievement." Your autonomy is not merely about independence. It's about demonstrating a level of maturity and inner strength that is undeniably attractive. They start to see that you're not just getting by without them, you're thriving. And this realization may shock them into recognizing how much they underestimated your resilience and capabilities. This allure of autonomy can prompt them to question their own independence. They may start to consider if they've been too dependent on others for their happiness, and whether they could emulate your approach to life. Your ability to prosper on your own serves as a silent testament that true strength comes from within, something they now perhaps admire more than ever in you. Thus, as they observe your self-reliance, your absence speaks volumes about your strength, resilience, and independence. It makes them see that you're not just someone who can stand alone, you're someone who can excel on your own. And such self-reliance is not just commendable, it's magnetic. Number 10. The urge for reconnection. After enduring the shock of silence, acknowledging your value, confronting the void of your absence, and the magnetism of your newfound autonomy, they are likely to reach a critical juncture. All these emotions, curiosity, longing, regret, reflection, culminate in a potent urge to reconnect with you. Imagine this. They've spent days, weeks, perhaps months reflecting on what they had with you and what they've lost. The more they dwell on it, the more evident it becomes that your absence has left a gap that nothing else seems to fill. The people they've met and the distractions they've sought, none compare to the connection they once shared with you. This revelation leads to an intense desire to bridge the gap, to reach out, and to reintegrate you into their life. This urge for reconnection is not merely about longing for the good times, it's about recognizing that the relationship with you was unique, irreplaceable by anyone else. They come to understand that their life was better with you in it, that the connection they had with you provided a sense of completeness, joy, and fulfillment that they now desperately want to regain. But here's the pivotal point. This desire for reconnection is fueled by the person you have become during their absence. They are not only drawn back to the person they once knew, they are captivated by the stronger, more self-assured you that has emerged. Your independence, resilience, and thriving existence have made you even more desirable. They now see you not just as a partner from the past, but as a potential partner for a renewed, more profound relationship based on the growth and transformation both of you have undergone. As they entertain this desire, they might start to envisage what it would be like to reconnect, to build the relationship anew on a stronger, wiser foundation. They might imagine the enriched conversations, the more meaningful shared experiences now possible with the insights both have gained. This urge for reconnection becomes a compelling motivator, prompting them to reach out, to apologize, to express their newfound understanding, and to propose a new beginning. As F. Scott Fitzgerald beautifully put it, "There are all kinds of love in this world, but never the same love twice." They recognized that what they shared with you was special, and the possibility of reigniting that connection, creating something new and even better, becomes an irresistible lure. Thus, as this desire for reconnection intensifies, your absence communicates a powerful call to rebuild what was lost. They find themselves drawn, not just because of who you were, but because of who you've become. In that longing, They see that reconnecting with you might be the only way to fill the emptiness your absence has left. Thank you for tuning in. If you found value in this discussion, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and share this with someone who could benefit from these insights. And hey, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below with, "My absence will speak for me," and let's keep the dialogue going. Your engagement helps us grow and continue delivering impactful content. See you in the next video.